What's good, beautiful people? I'm the Black Thumb, and this is my man's
Ayati.
And welcome to OK Bet Podcast, the podcast where we break down news, sports, entertainment, politics, and music.
Hey, if it's trending, wow, or just make you say, damn, okay, bet. We're going to talk about it. So, what's on our agenda today, T?
Diddy. It's time for the Diddy update. I know many of you have been waiting since the last time that we did this to get this update. So this one's for y'all. So let's get caught up on what's been going on with the Diddy situation. Diddy remains in jail in New York awaiting his criminal trial in May, but that has not stopped the civil lawsuits from increasing in number and severity. So since we last spoke, Diddy accusers continue to step forward and share their experiences of wrongdoing by Diddy and people adjacent to Diddy. His most recent accuser alleging he was sexually assaulted by Diddy at a party when the accuser was 17. And this is on the heels of another accuser alleging that Diddy and Jay-Z assaulted her when she was 13 years of age. And with all that being said, speaking of Jay-Z, he and his legal team continue to jockey back and forth with Tony Buzbee, who is the kind of questionable lawyer who is representing what he said to be well over 100 people that have claims of some type of sexual misconduct or some type of misconduct by Diddy. And so Jay-Z's legal team and Tony Buzbee continue to jockey back and forth. And as it relates to some of the allegations that are surrounding Jay-Z. So with all that, where you at with the current situation? I'll let you take off from whatever you want to talk about, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, but all this other stuff that started happening, like Jay-Z kind of fell off the radar. So I don't know if that was a good thing for him personally in his case.
I would imagine
kind of got out of the public's realm of forefront of thought. So maybe when they get the jury in place, it ain't like people already got prejudgments because nothing kind of fell back. But it's just a lot going on. I heard that one of the Jay-Z accusers, I guess the lawyer then pulled that person off the website or pulled the case down off the website. So it's been some updates there. It's like they're just not getting any traction when it comes to Jay-Z involvement, which I guess is a good thing. It's to me, I'm not saying it speaks to his innocence in the whole situation. It's still kind of weird to be accused of, being involved with a 13-year-old, but it also makes you feel good that it's not getting any traction. Because for me, back in high school, Jay-Z was my favorite rapper. So if I was still that's my favorite rapper, I would be relieved to see that it's not sticking. They throwing things at the wall and it's not sticking. And it makes me feel okay, maybe the guy I'm idolizing ain't as bad as I thought he might be, So that's I guess a good thing. For those are the positive sides, I guess, of looking at this. But on the other end of that, if it is losing traction, that's also bad for the victims. Because now you're like, well, hey, what the fuck? Just because now there's a new fire up, what about my fire? I'm still burning. Come rescue me. Not to, especially with California, these damn fires. I don't even mean to bring up fires, but, it's it's hard to give a good judgment of it per se.
Yeah.
But on the other end of it, randomly, Kanye has taken up the mantle of defense of Diddy. And for me, it's kind of problematic, not because of how he's doing it, but it seems what's his intentions? There's a bunch of black people you could be standing up for,
who have been wrongfully accused of
I'm not saying one's wrong, one's right, but I'm if you go pick up the mantle and go to people's defense of all people, I'm Jesus Christ, nobody else is doing it, and he's calling it out, all y'all out here not defending Diddy. I'm probably for a reason, brother. Shit, fall the fuck off for that shit. You got a good album coming out. I love your little interview. You was ranting and shit. I love me a good Kanye rant, because I rant too. But I want to see if this Bully album gonna be good. I'm trying to see this shit just as good as that Vultures one. Brother, you out here doing all this crazy shit. Got me wondering if I should even listen to this shit. So, I don't know, because a lot of times, now I'm going on to a Kanye tangent. A lot of stuff get lost in translation, and unfortunately, I can see where he's trying to go with it. So I see what it's about. Because I think it goes back to the Grammys. His wife was butt ass naked at the Grammys, and I think he just feels some type of way because y'all was talking shit. Y'all was accusing him of being a Diddy. he made her do it. He like, what the fuck? She been doing this shit for decades. What you mean? She got a Harvard degree. She's smart as shit. Now she just got the ability to do it, and they won't get her in trouble because her dude got a lot of money. I'm not out here making her do this shit, and I think he just got riled up. And when you get somebody like Kanye riled up, that shit don't just go away. He gonna be like this for a minute. So now it's like, since he's riled up, any little thing is gonna grab his attention, and now he gotta like defend it. It's like, now he was defending his wife, now he's defending Diddy, and now I hear he's trying to defend Kodak Black, trying to find him because he out here eating chicken in the street and shit. It's just a lot of shit going on, bro. So I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with Diddy, y'all. I know it's in a Diddy update, but it's like, I see all these random pieces going on, and it's revolving around Diddy.
Kodak Black eating chicken.
Man, you see that shit? You gotta see that shit.
I saw a video of Kodak, like, folks are concerned about Kodak. Because he looked, his eyes
just wilding out. Like, and don't be right, man got a lot of money, so I really don't give a fuck.
Hey, man, his eyes didn't look right. His eyes didn't look right, bro. Like,
when do they ever look right? I ain't never seen them look right. But it's like, now Kanye, I'm gonna go out here to go make sure Kodak Black good and all this shit. I'm like, bro, you good. Just fall back. Make sure you good. Because right now, you treading on thin ice. And I'm really trying to listen to this Bully album. Like, I need you to get some shit together, Kanye. I'm trying to hope the old Kanye coming back. He was close. That Vulture 1 was so fucking close. That was so close to old Kanye for me. I was like, this shit is vibing. I'm like, dude, you gonna make me not be able to listen to your damn album because you're here spouting bullshit.
Yeah.
So, because I'm already deleting Diddy's tracks. Like, a lot of Diddy shit is like, I'm on my playlist right now. There's some good shit off that last album he had. That Little Love album he had. It's a red album that Diddy had. That shit was good. It's like a DJ Khaled album. Mm-hmm. Like, Diddy ain't really doing it. There's a bunch of artists on that shit. There's some bops on that shit. And it's about love. And it was right before all this Cassie shit came out. So a couple of them tracks are still on some of my playlists. I was roller skating the other day, and that shit came out. I was like, ooh, what the fuck? So I was like, get different. Get a little bit. I gotta turn this Diddy shit off. I can't be rocking with this shit right now. So R. Kelly and Diddy's kind of like in the same round.
Yeah, I understand that.
Chris Brown still get played a little bit because that must look good.
Yeah, Chris Brown is good.
But a good motherfucker.
Yeah, I haven't listened to Chris Brown in a little minute.
I took my most majority of that damn Diddy rant.
No, it's okay.
We're going to go over a little bit on this. We got to get the actual Diddy update. Gotta get the Diddy update.
I mean, the update. So I'm gonna be real with you. Like, the update is really this. Like, for me, I think Diddy this is probably that, obviously, like, no one wants to be in jail. No one wants to be in jail for the charges that he's facing, civil and criminal, obviously. But Diddy's probably sitting in his jail cell right now thinking, like, damn, they ain't talked about my ass in a little minute. Like, I'm not the center of attention. This is so to me.
Either it's a relief or he's scared. He's like, they not talking about me. Right. It must be bad out there.
I might be in the safest place.
Man, I'm gonna be glad I'm in here. It must be bad out there. They stopped talking about what I did.
That's what I'm saying. So I think right now, from a legal standpoint, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I didn't go to law school. I'm not a legal expert. But now that Trump is in office, now that, Kendrick is still on his revenge tour and has had a bunch of noteworthy things that's happened. There's also lots of other things that are happening in the music industry. Obviously, with Beyonce, we got A$AP Rocky and his situation that's popping off that we may get into in another date and time. So I think right now, like, again, like, not really a lot is happening. And I think for Diddy, I think the trial can't get here fast enough. And not because I think that he is going to that he's going to win or that he's going to be victorious in his legal pursuits. I think it's just the more time there is between now and when they actually start the trial, that is the more time that people can come out and step forward. That's more time that the prosecution, both on civil side and the criminal side, can garner and gather evidence and gather things that can hurt his case. Yeah. So from Diddy's standpoint, I think he is at this point. I think he would probably prefer to be in the shadows right now and kind of out of the public eye and out of the public mouth right now, because it probably bodes well for him in the court of public opinion that people aren't talking about his case so heavily. And then as it relates to Jay-Z, Like, I'm with you, man. Like, to me, it feels like there isn't really a whole lot there. Jay-Z's legal team was alleging that Tony Buzbee never even never even like interviewed or questioned the person that was coming forward, and that seems to be somewhat of a standard practice with a lot of the folks that he is representing, which again, this just puts victims in a really, really shitty situation. Not only the victims that Tony Buzbee is representing, but all of the other victims that are in the process of coming forward or have already come forward and have different legal representation, because he has been the most visible, and he's setting this really poor precedent for victims to be believed. And so I think that is, so to me, it'll be really, really interesting to see how Tony Buzbee's, what his success rate will be when the rubber actually meets the road, because he's done himself and his clients no favors in how he has handled a lot of these situations.
Straight disservice.
Yeah.
Tony Buzbee right now done a disservice, and Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, he trying to re-release Sean John right now. It's like shirts and shit. Like, dude, don't bring attention to Diddy right now.
Yeah.
Just let this shit kind of die the fuck down.
And I'm sure Diddy's legal team is like, bro,
Shut
like,
the
you
fuck
tripping. Like,
you don't release Sean John clothing?
Like, it's one thing for Kanye to self-sabotage his own stuff. It's another thing for him to do it to someone else. And I think that's really my frustration with Kanye.
But
like,
maybe it's like some strategic genius shit. Like, he like,
bro,
publicity. So he like, even if it costs Diddy his downfall, at least my album gonna sell, and I get it. Like, he making it seem like he's helping somebody, but he probably self-serving. Like, he probably just saying, like, I don't give a fuck about Diddy. He's making it seem like he care about Diddy, but he really don't give a fuck about Diddy. It's just using this shit to get, like, everybody looking at some shit. They're like, Sean John clothes, what the fuck? And they make you go look at Kanye shit. And then you buy the Kanye shit because you don't want to look at the Sean John shit. So I'm just like, oh, I would be on Kanye ass if I was like, on that legal term. Like, you can shut the fuck up, bro.
So here's the thing.
You ain't doing nothing. You are not a civil rights leader. You can shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing. I think Kanye is the closest thing in the black community to Trump, which is why I think
that's a far stretch. As far as what, saying shit or doing shit?
As far as just being a troll. But here's the thing. Like, and in this way. So think about it like this, right? Like, do I know whether or not, like, I know Kanye's been all over Twitter saying crazy things. Like, I'm not going to repeat any of the things that he said. Y'all can look that up on your own time. But like, I think he says things without really, and maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he says things that make me believe that he doesn't really truly understand the impact that he has. So to your point, either he is the most strategic person we've ever met, because his tactics are very unorthodox, and people would say the same thing about Trump, right? Because he would say things and do things that seem like, bro, like, you do realize, like, this is going to get you the exact opposite of what you want, but you continue to do it. So either you're being really, really dumb, or you're like this mad scientist. And I just can't give Kanye that much credit. I think
he's that cousin that, like, do shit.
To me, he's closer to Trump than he is to anybody else.
You know, everybody got that cousin in their family that do weird shit. That, like, they're crazy as fuck. They're always in trouble, but it's them always in trouble. And they call you for help, trying to rescue you and shit. Trump has nuclear codes at his whim.
No, I understand.
So it's like, the impact that Kanye can do, it ain't like the black culture got nuclear codes.
I understand that.
Some bullshit happening.
But what I'm saying
Trump will actually bring some shit to an end with his antics. And that's why I'm just like,
no. I understand.
I understand. They apples and oranges in this moment. You know?
I wouldn't call them apples and oranges necessarily. What I'm saying is that the same way January 6th happened, right? And it was literally the speech that Trump gave right before that activated those people to do those things. Kanye is the same way.
But he can't activate nobody.
I don't know about that.
He can activate some purchases with some $20 knockoff, like,
I don't know.
Clothing.
I don't know about that.
But he ain't about to activate nobody do nothing.
Bro, all I'm saying is Nazis popped up in Cincinnati just yesterday. Like on some white power type shit that just popped up, and it was a problem. And then and they did it in a like adjacent to a historically black suburb. And like the community had to come out, and it ended
shut their ass down.
But
Kanye didn't bring the motherfuckers out.
But how do we know?
Because they ain't going to claim Kanye. I heard the Nazis already shut him down. Like, bro, you're not one of us.
But this is also kind of like my frustration with Kanye. It's just like, bro, like right when you get to a place where people start to want to try to put their arms around you, you do stuff like this.
He's a cousin.
That you just like you just be Heisman in everybody, and I'm just like, dude, there's no need.
You don't even want to claim that they related to you.
Yeah,
like that's my fucking cousin. That's all you can say.
It's just I get the
embarrassing everybody.
Kanye gives me the ick, bro. Like all the way around. Like it's just it's hard for me, bro.
But the damage he do to the overall culture, I just feel like he don't have it no more. He's not that guy. Like
I mean,
at the exact same time, you got Kenny leading the culture, and you got Kanye doing weird shit. And no matter what Kanye do, it ain't gonna affect what Kenny's doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously not gonna affect what he's doing because he's just on a different level. But all I'm saying is it's like Kanye, he and Donald Trump are similar in the sense that they are able to evoke enough emotion in people that people will either be like, oh, he's the worst thing that's ever happened or that's ever been made, or he is the greatest thing that's ever done anything, and I'm going to follow him blindly. Now,
I guess you can see that confusion.
The degree is different.
I feel like if you ignore Kanye, nothing happens. If you ignore Trump,
yes,
the end of the world can happen.
That's fair.
So it's like,
but that's circumstantial, though.
No, this is why Trump is where he's at. We ignored it.
That's fair.
People literally ignore Trump, and this is where we're at today.
But
we are continuing to ignore Kanye, and shit happening because of it.
But people were ignoring Trump back in the gap, or just like, oh, he's not this, he's not that, and then a motherfucker ended up being president 30 years later. So who's to say that shit won't happen? But if
Kanye became president, I do not see the end of the world happening. He don't have it in him.
No, bro.
He ain't willing to sacrifice his own babies. Like, yeah, I don't see it happening.
Man, Kanye feels pretty unhinged right now.
Nah, I think he's unhinged, but he's like I said, he's that weird cousin. He's just like that. You got that motherfucker. You don't go visit him. That's it. You just don't go to their house. They got roaches. You just don't go over there. Oh my god.
All right, y'all. So that is our first OK Bet episode, and so we so much appreciate y'all watching, listening. So make sure y'all go out and like, share, subscribe, comment, follow, do all the things to get in contact with us and let us know how you feel about the new podcast. And with that being said, Ayati,
stay casual.